But yeah, it's like a lot of the time we get with girls in our 20s and they're right for us if we had a more mature mind. But also, girl, like a lot of guys, we want a girl that's a freak and she did all this crazy shit. That comes with trust. Once we show them that they can trust us and not be shamed and be looked on as evil or stupid, because a lot of girls hate the sexual side of themselves. They've been taught to despise the sexual side of themselves. So they are terrible at sex because they don't feel comfortable. But if we can allow them to just be a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more safe, a little bit more cool, they have the opportunity to show it. I'm not saying they will. I'm saying they have the opportunity to show it. Some girls are just going to be frigid, shy forever. And no, that's not fun. That you want that place where you're having sex, that should be the freest expression that you have between you and someone else. That should be the free. You shouldn't be thinking about this or the smells of. If your mind's all those places, bro, that's why women have terrible sex. Because they're worried about all these other things except what's happening in that moment.
If you could be basically reborn again into this generation and you was a young child who was born in this generation, would you take up the opportunity?
I have a question.
Go on.
Would I still have my mind?
That's the interesting thing about it. It's like, nah.
Damn, nah.
You're just all a new person, one of these like new Gen Z's.
I feel sorry for them, bro. I feel like they're malnourished, like soul, like their soul spiritually. I feel like they're spiritually malnourished.
Yeah.
I feel like they're placed in this whole, it's okay, you don't have to worry about this and it's all fine. It ain't fine. Like, I'm a nice, cool, chilled out dude. But if I went on a rampage or punching motherfuckers in the street, not trying to brag, I'd get through at least 6 guys with the police take me down. Like, without a doubt. Like, we hold back so much of ourselves because from our generation, we know fist fights can end horribly wrong. But also, in that same coin, we don't talk to people disrespectfully because we're like, we don't want it to escalate to that point. So we have the level of respect and control and decorum within us. But if I see you got size on you, bro. Your shoulders are coming out more. You've been working out.
Kind of a little bit, yeah.
Like, bro, if you start swinging on people, you know you're going to get at least 3-4 people knocked out before they can get to you.
But that's the thing. There's no more swinging and no more punching anymore.
Knives.
It's knives.
You know what?
It's a strap.
Knives are dangerous.
Yeah,
guns are also dangerous. Yeah, for sure.
You know,
So
like,
with all of the exposure that we got, like in this generation, you wouldn't want with the phones.
Nope.
Imagine that being a child in this generation where you got your whole life ahead of you and you can start this and do that.
Bro,
do that.
I feel bad for them because
I would still want to be the same, born in the same era that I was born into because I've learned quite a lot. Rather than these kids don't learn nothing.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. We had way more fun as kids. I feel like as opposed to what
Thank
they
you.
do now. Like, so we would play tag for hours. It was no outside. We'd climb trees. We'd hop fences. We'd climb
There's
gates.
none of that
We'd run on the wall to see who can get the most steps in the wall before they fall back down.
Yeah.
We would make fun happen.
Out of anything.
Out of anything.
Nowadays it's not happening.
They're not trying to make fun because they need their Xbox to be connected to the internet, and there's so many. Bruh, I remember when I first got Pokemon, I thought this is insane. I could just play this and then I got the adapter, and I didn't need batteries. What, bruh? If I was born in this generation now, I'd be the most distracted person because I remember because I'm used to just being born in this generation. I would not have the exposure to communities that I have now because I'm of a mind of it. I can see that I want to go to different communities because they have different things. As a kid, you don't have that. You only have what you're shown by your community. And I think we're the most closed off now than we've ever been. Yeah. With the internet being as big as it is, Google, AI, we should be killing it, bro.
Do you remember when we was young and we used to have it used to look like a Game Boy, but it's one of them watery things, and it's got the rings inside.
Of course,
and you just
course.
press it,
you press it like that,
and then it's trying to get the rings.
Oh yeah, that was a fun. Yeah.
That
was
one,
fun.
and then obviously you had the little.
Did you guys have the etch a catch when the etch a sketch where you pull the two things and you shake it to make it?
Yeah, exactly.
And even the days of like just a Sega Mega Drive.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
just plug it in and that's it.
Bruh.
Yeah, and just play Mortal Kombat and just fight each other without internet.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, like all without the iPad and everything now has to be connected to the internet.
Bruh, some of the funnest times I had is when we were playing card games or board games when you're playing Monopoly or some shit, it's an hour game
Hour
easily.
game,
But you have
Depending
fun.
on how many people are playing.
True,
as well.
true. You have fun. You guys crack jokes and it's all that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You give kids an iPad or iPod, iPhone or iPad or something.
Yeah.
Here's what you're doing. You're taking their 180-degree vision and you're condensing it. You're condensing it. So instead of being able to see 180 degrees like we normally are used to, like they see this. You're condensing their vision into this. And you don't realize the neurological damage you're doing because you're restricting them. You're restricting them because it goes from, babies do this shit all the time. Babies are taking in everything.
Yeah,
babies are looking.
everything.
Yeah, because
Every angle.
it's information,
Yeah.
baby. But what happens? You give them that iPad, it goes from this to
That. Yeah.
they don't see here, they don't see there.
Yeah, you can
they
even
don't
call
see
them.
that.
You can be a parent and you're
Yeah.
calling them. You're like, yo,
Yeah.
Brandon.
That's
Brandon,
it. And the baby
Brandon.
is just like
And
this.
it's just there,
Just
like
there.
that.
Just there. Just there.
Yeah.
Bro, like this is the
And then some moms or dads they're filming the same thing like they're actually filming that saying, oh, my son's not listening to
Yeah.
me.
Yo.
But they're filming it and
Yeah.
putting it on the internet
Yeah.
saying my son don't listen to me.
Oh, bro.
But you've given him an iPad or iPhone.
Oh, we have enabled poor parenting. Like again, this is the whole young black boys thing. We got energy for days. As kids,
Fact.
we run, we climb, we jump, we have fun. But when you have a parent, and I'm sorry, it does fall down to mothers most of the time in this situation, and they can't keep up with their kid who's running and jumping, and then what happens? Oh, he's got ADHD. Or maybe you're just a lazy parent who don't want to take your kid out to the park, push him on a swing him on the merry-go-round, put him on the seesaw, play tag, play catch, play football, basketball. All these things are accessible to you, but because you're so lazy within yourself, and respectfully, women don't need to do that stuff to operate because they're used to operating without it. But when you have a child, and this is my biggest beef, mothers are dead. We got women with children. We don't have mothers. A mother's job is to nurture the development of her child. We've got women with kids. And women with kids are only trying to get that kid to be cute and do it for the gram and tell mommy you love mommy and all that stuff. And you're just creating this being who needs to depend on you. It's called learned helplessness. You're making sure this kid can do so little, you're just extending your position as a mother in his life. Because realistically, a mother's career should only be about, we're talking about like the infantile, it's like 20 years, that's what it should be. But they're expanding it. So you make that kid so unable to function in society, he don't know about getting bank accounts. He don't know about interacting in the real world. He don't know about being bossed around by people. He don't know about conflict. So you create this enabled person. What does he need? Ma, I don't understand this. Ma, I can't do it. Ma, she's extending her mothering career. I'm going to be real. I'm thinking about being a father. I want to get that motherfucker as competent as quick as possible. I'm not rushing it because I'm trying to bang his mama again. I'm trying to get it to the point where me and his mom can just have fun like we used to. I'm not trying to have him be 40 years old in the house. Just like, son, I'm trying to bang your mama. Go away. Why are you still here? Yo, that's what I'm saying.
You caught blocking.
Yeah, that's it. I'm like, bro, listen, I mean, I shot you out with the expectation 22 years, you gone. You still here, bro. Like, what you doing? God damn.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like.
But it's facts though.
Yeah. But that's the validation, the enabling, not care, the enabling. And the more she acts like that, the more he acts the fool. She can get him more medicated, and then guess what? She's got her husband. Her husband.
That's crazy.
Her husband. The son that's doubling as the husband. Her husband. A lot of women have husbands.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. I've never heard of that.
Husband. Husband.
God damn.
It's a husband. It's a husband. If you
Yeah.
are raising your son not to be a man who's functional, you're raising a husband. And you know you're raising your husband. And the honeymoon period is when he was a little I can't talk baby to the point where he was able to form words. That honeymoon period's over. Now you gotta be a real mother. Oh no, you don't. Because everyone's gonna tell you you're doing the best job you can. You're doing all you can, but you're not. If your son isn't able to find his own life, stabilize, work, get his own wife, and have his own, you're not doing a great job because you didn't raise a man. You raised a child, a husband. He's your son and your husband, and he'll take care of you till your end of your days.
Yeah. Before we go, random question,
Go.
Why do you think some people Why do you think some people find it harder to basically get off certain substances more than others? Because obviously there's this thing where it's like you get some people alcohol, weed, or whatever, and some people go on this journey of obviously smoking, drinking for a very, very, very long time, and for whatever reason they struggle to come off it. Like obviously in future I want to have more conversation with doctors or whatever try to just have more answers in terms of why do certain people find it difficult to to quit or to get off alcohol or weed or other drugs. But then you got a small group of people. I don't know what the percentage is,
right.
But then you got other groups of certain people where it's one day they can just be smoking, and the next minute it's fuck that shit. It's not really controlling me. Because another reason why I'm saying this, because I had one of my good friends, we were smoking together every day, drinking often, doing whatever we're doing, and this nigga, he woke up one day and he said, brother, I'm going to the army, innit?
Whoa.
So I'm literally gonna start running in a couple of weeks, whatever. Yeah. The brother left me smoking weed or whatever, drink or whatever. To obviously me, I had obviously I was addicted or whatever. But till this day, I thought to myself, how the fuck did he just manage to do that? Where it's we were both going in hard, the same together drinking and smoking, doing it the same way, and he just literally again, like I said, he just woke up one day and went, nah, fuck that.
You know what? I think what would make a person all of a sudden stop smoking, stop drinking, is disgust. You look in the mirror and you see who you are, and you're like, I don't like who I'm looking at right now. And all the things that support who I'm looking at, whether it be drinking, overeating, fast food, too much chocolate, too much masturbation, I'm looking at someone who I don't like. I thoroughly believe inside every single one of us is a personality that wants to be better than we are. But that voice is small because you don't encourage it too often. And then if you encourage the substance take, that voice is loud. Yo, drink something, bro. Smoke something. Sit down. That voice is loud. But when you encourage the voice that's like, yo, maybe we should go do a jog. Yo, maybe we should go. That voice gets louder and louder. And your boy had a moment where someone's saying, get up and go. We need to stop this shit. We're not where we want to be. We're not doing what we want to do. We're not happy. And then just go another way. But again, that substance is filling a hole. It's something lacking in you when you're drinking, when you're smoking, and you're like, yo, I want to keep doing this because it makes me feel good. But that's the problem. Why is something external solving an internal problem? If it's an internal problem, no exterior substance is going to solve it.
Do you know why I said that as well?
Go for it.
I'm so sorry to cut
Go
you
for
off.
it.
Another reason why I said this as well, again, sometimes I think of certain things in my own private time, when I'm by myself, whatever, just spending time by myself, innit? And another reason why I'm saying this, because, again, we live in the new generation here. There's a lot of these young youths here that I see where it's they've started to smoke very early.
Yeah.
They've started to drink very early.
Yeah.
And we've got this thing where it's lit lifestyle. And a lot of young kids, they're smoking and they're drinking in terms of they're just looking at it I'm just having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm lit, I'm lit every single time I meet up with my friends or whatever, I'm smoking and drinking. But then on the flip side, again, with people like me and a lot of other people who started smoking, obviously in our 20s and drinking as well, later on in our early 30s, a lot of us have found it difficult giving up.
Yeah.
You got what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I'm just obviously a little bit more, I'm thinking, I don't really want to see a lot of these young youths as well getting to a point where it's they're in the late 20s, early 30s, thinking all of these years thinking I was getting lit, however, and now they're getting to a point where it's they want to quit or whatever, but it's they're finding it very difficult because I'm sure a lot of it's going to keep on happening. You're going to say, and it's basically when I see some of these young youths, it's I see my younger self thinking, I remember when I stopped playing football and I started drinking, smoking, sleeping with a lot of different girls, whatever, but specifically smoking weed and drinking often. At the time, I just literally just thought, you're going to say I'm just having a good time, I'm lit. But what I didn't know is that when I get into my 30s and I slowly want to give up, or and I slowly want to completely give up, is fucking difficult. I'll be honest with you, guys, and I say, and I'm like, yeah, and just seeing it again over again, it's that deja vu, seeing it from these young youths. You get me?
Very strong.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the thing.
this is I think this is what I'm gonna say, and I truly mean this because it's just something that I had to discover.
Yeah.
Whether it's the kids, whether it's your own family, loved ones, fuck them. And I don't say that with any malice. I say that because if you really care about them, you're gonna set the example in yourself by living your life in the way that needs to be lived. They're gonna see, yo, Shafiq, you're looking great. How'd you do it? And then you tell them, because I stopped doing this shit, because I stopped doing that stuff, because I now do this, because I now do that. Bro, I have fast food and sugar every other month. So there'll be a month where I don't do fast food and I don't do sugar, no chocolate, no nothing. I drink tea, just this hot water in the tea bag. I just do it, and I do it for a month. And yeah, it gets me looking good and feeling good. I'm not doing that for no one else, bro. I'm doing that for me, because if someone can look at me and say, Brandon, oh, that's amazing. You're so talented. No. Fuck yourself. Talent is innate and it has nothing to do with hard work. I bust my ass. It's not talent. It's not something that just magicked itself. I dedicate myself, I focus myself, and I put my ass to the fire to make sure it happens. And it's something that you need to do for yourself. Be selfish, bro, because being selfish is showing that you care about yourself more than you care about what people think about yourself. So these kids, they'll find out. And I truly believe those that want to change will, those who don't, won't. Some people you ain't gonna save. Talking to you watching this, whether it's your loved one, your son, your daughter, your mama, your sister, your brother, your father, your grandfather, you are not going to change them. You can show them a better way, but just because you are being the change you want to see doesn't mean people are going to see that. People don't always see the change. They're like, well, actually, yeah, you're doing all that shit, but it's because of this. Or it's because that they try to minimalize your progress by saying it's some innate thing, that it wasn't your hard work. It wasn't your dedication. So I do feel sorry for the kids who are smoking weed early. They don't realize that you're taking something to chill you out. Bruh, that's what video games was for. I'm not saying this in like a holier than thou. I would be pissed off after secondary school, go home, put in GTA 3 and kill everybody, get 6 stars, and see how long I can survive with 6 stars, blowing up everything around me. That's a way of doing it. There are other ways where you ain't gotta smoke. And I'm not even saying don't smoke, but you should smoke this much and grind this much. You should work out this much and drink this much. It's about balance. It's all about balance. So what you're doing, living as the example, is the best thing you could do for the kids. You filming this and putting this out there, you collaborating, man over here, this is the best thing you could do for the kids. It won't be sexy words of, oh, I care about you and you just need to stop. They need to see your success, your success. Are us working together? They're going to say, oh, how'd you guys do that? And then just explain it to them, because that's when we have their ear, when they're interested. You're not going to be able to dig someone out of a hole that they're digging with their own shovel. You can't get them out of that. You can't get them out of that. They're doing that to themselves.
Yeah, that's actually crazy, man.
It's hypocrisy, but it doesn't work because it's that thing of, I don't want to do. It's a very entitled way of looking at things. Yeah. But let's take that back. Let's say, for example, with the person you was talking about, how they're watching you, but they're not supporting you. But they're watching you not support them. I will break this down. This is how
that's crazy. The way you just put it, that's actually crazy.
This is how you break and win Instagram. And I say this because I had to figure this out the hard way. On my stories, I had a bunch of people who I knew, who I would talk to. I had the phone number. Watching my story. Never liking, never interacting, but watching. And they were killing my algorithm. I'll explain. When people are watching your Instagram profile, those are individuals that will get sent your new post. 10% of your followers will get sent your post. If that 10%, if they interact with it, it goes up to a wider margin, spend 15, 20, 25, etc., etc. Your whole followers do not get posts you put out unless they have it pinned so they get your notifications that comes up. So what I started doing was blocking. I started blocking people who were constantly looking at my page and not interacting. And guess what happened? I started going viral. Because the people who are just watching it, not interacting, were tanking my Instagram. Because Instagram's like, we're sending it to people who don't even watch it. So what the fuck you want us to do? They don't want to watch it. So we're not going to send it out no more. So I started blocking them. And I block people who I see on a weekly basis, and they say, "Why'd you block me?" Because you're killing my algorithm. You just watch me.
It's nothing personal.
It's nothing personal, but you're hurting me
Yeah.
by just looking, and you're window shopping on my profile.
Yeah.
I put out content on a regular basis, and you're window shopping. I can't have that. I respect my brand and my content too much. So if you want to look and interact,
Like, you see African food, obviously jello, palm oil, all of these things. I thought to myself for a long, long time, yeah, like, obviously we love flavors,
Of course.
we love good food
course.
and whatnot, like, but for many years I look back and I see how, the key word is how unhealthy a lot of our African food, like I said, with a lot of this palm oil or whatever, like, have you ever thought about that? Like, how come over the years, like, either our mums or aunties haven't found a healthier way to still keep the flavors, but in terms of like the rest, the oil that comes with it to like kind of decrease it. You get me?
Again, it's gonna sound like I'm bashing, and I promise I'm not bashing. I just have to go with the information that's there. There is a level of comfort that women have that they don't want to go outside of, and it's laziness. They've made the same thing the same way their whole life. Bro, I used to use olive oil all the time. I used to use vegetable oil. I use coconut oil now because it's a healthier way to make the food and it doesn't sit on my stomach terribly. I've had to develop myself, my cooking skills, to make better tasting food that's healthier. It's the effort. But also, we gotta take a look at it. If everyone in the family is fat and obese, that's the norm. That's not the abnormal. That's the abnormal is you going to the gym. Why are you always working out and you always running and you always lifting weight? Why are you always working so hard? It's because I want to live. Uncle Roy had a heart attack. I don't want to be like that. Yeah. You can't see your ankles. I don't want to be like that. You got fat kids. Fat kids blow my mind. Yeah. When you see a kid who's fat, like, yo, you know how that's abuse. A fat kid is abuse, but we don't call that because, oh, what's the mother supposed to do? Put an effort? Maybe not make them bologna sandwiches all the time? Maybe get them some brown rice instead of white rice? Maybe throw some vegetables in there? Stop giving them goddamn Fantas and Kit Kats all the time? It's effort, and that's when you know you care. But rewind it, if you make this individual, this baby, this being you created, have to rely on you. You extend your time as a mother. You allow yourself to be more of a mother because you've installed helplessness in this child. So, bro, I'm not going to say that you can't make good food. I'm not even trying to say you can't eat bad food. You can eat bad food, but it's the ratios. You need to have this much bad food, this much good food. It's the ratios. And you know what? I would gladly eat some bullshit food if all the fam go out for a walk. Let's just all go for a walk.
Yep.
Let's take a little 3-mile walk. Let's just go for a walk in the park and just do it. Just do it. You know what I mean? Because we want to see, I deeply believe, we all want to see our mothers, aunties live a long, healthy life.
Absolutely.
We don't want to see them be unhealthy.
That's why even, again, going back to, sorry to cut you by the way, again, because this is a perfect segue. Again, for me, the last words I'm going to say in this conversation is, like, all of our aunties, mothers,
we love them.
A lot of people, like, in our families, I'm just trying to say, like, please, let's try to find a way to try to make, our foods healthier. I'm not saying to switch it up completely or whatever, but palm oil, all of these things that come with, like the foods that we eat and then eventually ending up giving us diabetes, like heart issues and all of these things. All I'm just trying to say is, like, let's try to find a bit more of a balance, because it's been for many, many decades where it's like these foods, jollof rice, pilau, all of these foods, they come with so much fat, so much oil, like, and I'm thinking we love the flavors, we love how they taste, but let's just try to find, like, it's a new generation, it's a new time. Let's just try to find a balance, because even when I go to, like, sometimes I eat my African food, like on Westgreen Road, even sometimes I look at it and I'm like, I just put my hands up after I eat and I say, God, thank fuck I don't eat this on a regular basis.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And you know, this is a little bit deeper than rap, and as we're gonna wrap up, I'm gonna be as honest as possible. A zombie is a living dead person. I thoroughly believe we have many zombies walking around where they're not trying to live life to the fullest. They're just trying to drag themselves through day by day. So they eat I'm just saying, they eat the terrible food. They eat they do terrible because they're not trying to live a great life. They're just walking towards a slow death because they've given up. They've giving up. And when we're trying to live, like, no, you can do this. Like, what? You want me to be healthier so I can live long? Nah, I'm trying to die as soon as possible, man. That's why I'm eating this terrible food.
Oh, that's
so
crazy.
Bruh, it's functional depression. And we don't talk about it. We don't want to hold no one accountable. But we see people doing things like, yo, so you really just gonna eat this terrible food, not work out, and think your health gonna work out? I can't believe I got diabetes. You can't? You were running towards diabetes full speed, metaphorically, because you can't actually run. But like, goddamn, been really trying to work with you. But it's like, yo, they don't hear us. And then when they want our empathy and we can't go, no, you did this to yourself. Because how could you be so heartless? Heartless? I'm the one trying to get her to fucking live. No one else is. No one else is telling her. No one the auntie, because the aunties are all sisters. You gotta remember, the sisters ain't saying shit. Because as much as women love women as a group, individually, yo, they savage, bro. They will let their friend eat themselves into an early grave and not say a motherfucking thing. We will yell at Fat Mike saying, get your fat ass up. We need to go play ball, football, something. You need to move, bro. You had a heart attack. What's so problem with that? You're in year 11. You need to move, bro. You need to move. But it's just like, oh, well, it's God's will. Miss me with that shit. God gave us the ability to have free will for a reason. He did not give us the ability to just work and just die. Faith without works is dead. Miss me with that whole believe in God shit, but you ain't trying to put no work in. That's a bullshit hype propagated by lazy ass Christians. Get your life, because how could you be so heartless? Heartless? I'm the one trying to get her to fucking live. No one else is. No one else is telling her. No one the auntie, because the aunties are all sisters. You gotta remember, the sisters ain't saying shit. Because as much as women love women as a group, individually, yo, they savage, bro. They will let their friend eat themselves into an early grave and not say a motherfucking thing. We will yell at Fat Mike saying, get your fat ass up. We need to go play ball, football, something. You need to move, bro. You had a heart attack. What's so problem with that? You're in year 11. You need to move, bro. You need to move. But it's just like, oh, well, it's God's will. Miss me with that shit. God gave us the ability to have free will for a reason. He did not give us the ability to just work and just die. Faith without works is dead. Miss me with that whole believe in God shit, but you ain't trying to put no work in. That's a bullshit hype propagated by lazy ass Christians. Get your life right. Get your life right.
Brandon.
Brother.
This has been absolutely amazing, man.
Thank you.
Next time we have another conversation, let's not try to leave it for too long, man.
I hear you. Listen, you've been doing a lot of work, though.
Yeah.
You've been working.
Every week we're out there, man.
That really tall, white DJ chick who you had a few times on?
What's her?
I forget her. I just remember seeing her
See
legs just all the way over. I'm like, because the couch ain't that big.
Oh, a fucking Necker.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'm just thinking, yo, she's really big on that couch. Like she's like really long legs. And shit. I'm like, how she fit on that couch? You see her legs all the way over here. I'm tall.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the goddamn? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
But you've been putting in work, and I appreciate the work you've been doing. It's
thank
really
you, bro. I
good to see,
appreciate it, man. You
and
know what?
You're looking healthy.
Thank
you got
you,
a
bro,
full
man.
hairline. I'm jealous of
Nah,
this shit,
you're good, man. We're good, man. Like what you said, we're maintaining. You get me? The best thing that we can do, just try a little bit harder to, like you said, I jog a lot, innit? I jog a lot now.
Nice.
Yeah, I jog a lot now. I've got obviously a juicer as well. Like I do juicers, make
Nice.
fucking ginger shots and things like that now as well.
There you go. You're
Yeah,
taking
man.
care of yourself, bro.
No, I try to, bro. I try to, absolutely. Like we said, sometimes we like, obviously, to enjoy it.
Of course.
But like what we said in this conversation, it's good. It's just good overall, like for all of us to just try. The best we can do, just try to have that balance. Where it's like, even if you do something like what you said, even if you eat healthy like a couple of times a week or whatever, and eat bullshit for the rest of the week, at least you're trying.
There you go.
It's better than eating bullshit for 7 days straight. You get me?
Bro, that's
You get me?
it.
So it's
That's
like,
it.
yeah, man, absolutely, man. And you know what people say, like, with what we do here. For me, I'm in this for life. You get what I'm trying to say? This is what I love. I've actually found something that I could see myself doing for the rest of my life. Obviously, there's a very long way to go with certain things, but like you said, when you see me, for me, I just look at it. This is just part of my life now. You got to say.
2025. I see you doing a red couch panel show. I see it. I see it.
Bro, let's put it out to the
125.
universe. Absolutely, that would be one of like one of the main things that I would love to do, and then we can do it where it's like bring back quite a few people that have been on the red chair,
Yeah,
sit
man.
down and have like a proper big conversation about a few topics in it. You get
There
me?
you go.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, man, Brandon Palmer, it's been a pleasure, my bro, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you bringing me down. This has been a great conversation. You guys have been awesome.
All good. Extra hours. Extra hours.
Extra hours.
Extra hours.
Reality Team TV.
Done already, man. You get
That
me?
is it.
Love.